Hi, hi! I just realized I forgot to change this little title. We are gonna be drawing my model. Yeah. Whew. I think I'm gonna give it a little bit of time for anyone who might be just coming in, and I have to get the screen share set up and everything. But yeah, hopefully everything sounds okay so far. To be honest, I was kind of like anxious for today. I think because it has, or like it's going to be me like drawing and showing my art. I'm not like technically a professional artist or anything. I've just drawn for fun and for a really long time since I was really young. So I like drawing. I didn't draw for a while when I was like in school because I was so focused with other things, with studying and everything. So I feel like sometimes I wish I did still kind of practice more. And I have days on and off, or like I have moments on and off where I really like streaming or I really like drawing versus I don't want to do anything, or like I have like no motivation and I have art block constantly with art. So that's one of the reasons that I decided that I wanted to do this stream, because I figure it could help motivate me to practice more and have fun drawing. And in general, I just want to draw my model a bit and get used to drawing her, just because it will be really fun and stuff. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, and I found this website recently. Basically, it's like a timed drawing exercise site where it'll set up a timer basically, and you can put in a Pinterest board of whatever, and I'll pull up a random it'll shuffle and pull up a random picture from that board. So I found a pose reference Pinterest board, and I'm gonna use that with the timer. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do like 5-minute sketches at a time for a bit, and then I'll do like a longer one and try to get more into it and more detail and flesh it out more and stuff. But I feel like a 5-minute would be a good warm up for me. Or maybe even less. I might even, I don't know. If I feel like 5 minutes is too long, I might do even more or even less time. So yeah. Okie doke. I can, let me get set up actually. I have to reconnect my iPad. Also, my expression I feel is gonna be kind of wonky because I'm going to be looking down, and I think my mouth might not really move either. Okie doke. Let's see. Okay. I think it should be connected. So let me switch over. And let's see. There we go. Nice. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't disconnect randomly or anything. But we can get started. I'm just gonna, basically, I'm going to be doing different poses. And yeah, I have to put on my drawing glove because I don't know, if you do digital art, you will know your hand sometimes gets sensed by the touchscreen and then it moves your canvas all around and everything, or undo strokes, and yeah. Okay, hopefully everything looks good here. I can do a little message. Okay. And yeah, I have my reference pulled up already. Okay, let me go to the board. I'm not going to show the reference, basically. But you will see what I'm doing. Okay, I want to do 5 minutes per. Oh. Okay, I think that's fine. Hold on now. Okay. I will start. Let me see, can I pull this over here? Oh man. Yeah, there's just like so much to set up. Okay. Okay. I think I should have it. Alright, I'm gonna start now. Oh my gosh. Okay. Some of these poses are like not really doable. Because they have like multiple people or something. Okay, I can do this one. Alright, I have 5 minutes, and it's gonna be rough sketches, so just gonna practice and warm up, hopefully. Alright, I might do it just like the entire canvas for now, and then shrink them later. You know what? I think what I might do is I'm gonna block it out like pose-wise. And it's just, I also like doing this because like studying an image teaches you a lot on the pose. Hi! Thank you. Hope you're doing well too. I'm just having a chill time, trying to draw and get better at drawing. In this reference, she's holding a gun. Although I'm not sure if we're going to draw that part. But yeah. Alright. I'm gonna do like this. I almost forgot that I'm supposed to be drawing me and not just the photo itself. But yeah. Do you like to draw? Are there any kind of creative hobbies that you're into? I feel like I've done drawing for the longest time. And then I learned audio things in school, in like college. But one thing I wish I learned or made myself learn, because a lot of it is like, self-taught, is like music. And like both how to play music and instruments, as well as like production in a way. I feel like that would be really cool to learn or like to know how to do. And I still want to. Like I want to learn how to at least tune my own vocals for singing and like song covers. Alright, I'm focused. Oh no, I forgot. Oh man, I'm actually focusing too much on the details. Hold on. I'm gonna actually make it a lot quicker. I have a minute 22. Alright, let's see. I'll just zoom in. I mean, this is a practice, and I'm doing really thick lines, so I can't really get too much detail here. Alright. I'm gonna do this, and oh man. It's okay. This is a practice. Or like, this is going to be a warm-up, if anything. Yeah, I just like work quite slow. And everything. Let's see, I can do like my hair like this. Hello. Yeah, it's like so I'm timing myself to do like 5 minutes for a few rounds, just for me to practice and get warmed up. That said, I like forgot. Alright, well, that was it. Alright, I'm gonna do the next one. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna try to not dwell too much on the details. Okay, how should I do this one? So there's like a little railing over here in this reference. Wow, this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I'm panicking. I think. Let's see. I think I should block out. See, I should do thicker lines because it helps me with like not focusing too much on the actual lines itself. So, let's see. She has like her arms crossed. That said, like you can't really see much. But yeah. Alright, let me add some details. Yes, I will try my best to bawl and not panic. Alright. Let's see. Her neck should come down sort of like this in a way. So, and then I think this should be more fleshed out. And can't really see too much of her. Let's see, torso like this, right? This might be kind of hard to comprehend. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot how it looked. Alright, the skirt. Do that. Let me see. Okay. Her arm is more like... Hold it like this. And inwards. Like that. Give her straps. You like to draw on paper? Me too! I used to draw only on paper for like the longest time. I did get like Photoshop and stuff when I was like middle school-ish. And like back then, I was doing whatever. And I was trying to do or like learn digital art, and I had like a Wacom tablet and stuff, but basically growing up it was always just on pen and paper. I would say I started, or I've been drawing since forever. Basically since I was a kid. Because when I was a kid, I wanted to be a manga artist. And I would create I would draw manga on my pieces of paper. A lot of inspiration from like Cardcaptor Sakura, Tokyo Mew Mew, other kind of like magical girl mangas and stuff. I read like basically mostly shoujo. I read some like shonen manga from a sibling and stuff, and yeah. Okay, it's almost time. Alright, I did better this time though. Let's give her hair some flow. Yeah. Alright. Next one. Yeah, manga art is so much fun. Okay, there's like crazy poses here. Alright, this one I think I'm gonna do one vertical. Oh, these poses are crazy. This is a 2-person pose, but I'm just gonna draw one model or one character here. Right. Alright, I'm gonna block it out again. And let's see. You haven't read a manga before? I feel like it's a great read. I mean, there's a whole lot of different stories. It's just, they're basically comic books, but like Japanese. Drawn by Japanese authors. I mean, if you've read webtoons, they're pretty similar. I don't know if that is a controversial opinion or not. It's just manga is usually not colored. Like, it's not in full color. And like webtoon was started in, Or at least the app was started in Korea, South Korea, I believe. Yo, this pose is crazy! Hold on. I don't know. Alright, her leg down like this. But then she's wearing boots. I'm gonna do like that, and then alright, I think I have to erase this. And oh man. I'm gonna add shape here. Wow, these poses are difficult. Again, there's another person in this pose. I'm doing really thick lines, which doesn't help, but you know. And then like she's laying her head on the other character, the other person in this photo. Alright, her head is more like that, and then oh man, this one is really difficult, honestly. Like, okay. I'm just gonna draw the other character somewhat, and like, I'll show you. Basically, they're like holding her like this. And this guy is like also posing. But now I made her like too small. Oh man. Yeah, I was trying to find a Pinterest board with like good pose references, but this one has ones with like multiple people. And I don't think I can skip it in the session itself once I've started it. But yeah. Also, I think this guy is naked. So there's that. Yeah, this one's rough. This one is hard, really hard to do. Her hand. I should zoom in, but since I'm doing just sketches, it's fine. And I have 9 seconds. And let me just, I'm gonna put in her leg back. Okay. Here is like an actual pose reference. Or, I don't know what they're called, like... It's like someone who already drew out the template of how you can do... That you can kind of like draw over it in a way. Like, reference it, use it. That said, I try to use my eyes instead of like drawing over something, even if it is like a reference pose. Yeah, right. This one is easier because I'm like referencing a reference itself of someone who drew a model or like a pose. Let's see. All right. I feel like I do need to adjust things because my own model shape is different. And then she has her hand on her hip. Yeah, for sure. It's like so, it's really fun to just like actively look at what you're drawing and how it's posed and everything and how the angles work. This one, oh man. A lot of the time is what I do is just like use a really thick line and not do sketch line art. Because it's easier for me to figure out how or whether or not it looks good or not. Let's see. Yeah. Alright. Let me sketch in her skirt. Or I mean my skirt, actually. I have a minute 30. Right. Oh, I wish I could get her face in, but it's pretty hard. And just like the like general details. Or I blanked out. I was so locked in. Okay, 43 seconds. You know what? Yeah, I want to try to like get in an expression or like my face. Kind of. I feel like I don't have a super set eye style. Alright, I'm gonna go over time a little bit. Ah! And I've been trying to. Ah. I have to move her. I have to adjust her face, basically. Okay. I think this one is the last one for the rounds. I think I did 5. Alright. I'm gonna do the thing again and not focus too much on the line art itself and trying to get the pose down. Face here. Neck. Oh, I shouldn't focus on like erasing too much either. Like it really is rough having to deal with like it's always going to start looking bad and ugly. Like you have to get through the ugly phase, but the ugly phase, it's just it's hard to be like, I gotta keep going at this. Alright, arm. It's okay. She's holding a phone in this. I'm gonna do fingers. And let me see. Let me draw in the phone. And then her pinky is holding the base. And yeah, right. And then like that. And then hi. Hi. Welcome in. YouTube has a auto translation feature, and for some reason it tries to translate when people say hi with two eyes, which I do all the time as well. So I'm like, oh, I have to like see what you actually said. It translates it to the word this, and of course in context it doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm like spending too much time again. I feel like I'm ready to want to spend time on like a pose. See, her arm is like this, and then she's like holding holding a bag over here. And like that. There's a bag here. And yeah. Then, oh man, leg poses are difficult. Oops. I love when I misclick and I'm not actually using my eraser. Yeah, right? I mean, I think it is good, I guess, in the case of someone who actually does use another language. I can actually translate it through YouTube. Okay. Well, she's wearing pants, so I can't really see the rest of her leg. And my skirt in. Oh man. I do tend to make the hips, or I don't know. I either make shoulders way too wide or way too narrow. So, okay, well that ended. But I'm just gonna finish it up a little bit. And yeah. Let's see. Okay. Well, I can't look at the reference anymore. My curtain bangs. Like, did not have enough time to even draw my ears. Okay. I might look at that reference, or like that Pinterest board, and then pick a pose, and then do one that's like longer and more rendered. So, roughly 5 minutes per drawing. And I've done this one. Let me see. Alright. Done this one. But actually, okay. This one, which I want to I want to move her eye over. Oh. I want to move her eye over. There. That's a little better, I think. Anyway. This one, which was a two-person pose, and pretty difficult to figure out with this one. This one, leaning over the railing. And this one, you know what, I actually quite like how this turned out for the for the first sketch, pretty good. Or I really like how the pose turned out, yeah. But then again, yeah, I took a long time on this one, and like actually figuring out all the pose angle and everything, rather than putting in detail, I suppose. Okay. I think that was a good warm-up. Oh man, I should have picked out a pose beforehand. Thank you! Yeah, I love drawing flowy hair. And I just love adding additional strands and everything. Let's see. Kind of want... I feel like there's not an easy way to show you right now. Unless... No, I don't know. I haven't like set it fully up. I want... kind of interested in this pose. It's a very like girl boss like pose. Okay. Yeah, let's go with that. I might do more than one. So, I'm gonna start off again with getting the pose itself a little bit down. It's gonna be a vertical one. That's... we'll have to shrink this down. I could zoom in, but I want to have the entire canvas for the overall picture. And then I will zoom in as I'm figuring out more of the details. Her body is like twisted in a really interesting way. I'm gonna try to see if I can get that down. Alright, I do need a shrinker. Shoulder down like this. It's like her chest is angled one way and then she's twisting her waist and her hips. Right. Let me just get the general idea and try to figure out how this pose is working. So she has her leg out like this. And then her other leg. Her other leg is behind. And then this arm is on her hip. Well, it's kind of unfortunate. I can't really see her hand. But because her sleeves are covering it. Okay, and then her arm goes in like this, and then she's like holding some kind of leash. Like a dog leash? Or like a, I don't know, a pet leash? Oh man, her hand is covered here too, so I have to... I get no reference here. And I'll just like try to figure it out myself, which is quite difficult. I'm actually one of the people who, I don't mind doing hands. Like, I would rather do hands than, or I would rather draw hands than draw feet. Because I find feet so much more difficult. That said, figuring out how I want the hand to be is difficult. I might change her arm pose up here. Yeah. Maybe. Alright. Like, it is kind of difficult cleaning up this, like, or starting to, like, carve out how I want it to be. It takes time. And I don't really like how that arm looks. I feel like it needs to go up more. And then this is her hand. That. Yeah, that one, it hits like a bit harder of a pose. Alright, well. Yeah, usually people, like, there's like basically, you know, a drawing meme where, or like a joke basically, where you don't want to draw hands, so like you hide it behind her, like behind the pose. Wait, I kind of like that. Hold on. I say that, but I kind of like that. I like how that flows. But like, yeah, if you don't want to draw a hand, you cover it with something. Oh, you cover it like she's holding something, or like it's a sleeve, stuff like that. Like, just creative ways that people come up with to avoid drawing hands. But like I said, I actually don't mind drawing hands. I think once I figure out making it how it looks and making it look decent, it's pretty satisfying. Alright. I feel like now should I adjust her leg? What if she's just like standing a bit straighter? Nah. Yeah, I think that's fine. That works better. And yeah. I think that's so funny. Me explaining example of someone how one could hide hands and ended up being a cute pose. So yeah, I typically start with the entire like base model without like whatever clothing I'm gonna draw on them. I don't know why. I think I used to just draw like everything, like rather than drawing the actual body, I would just like immediately draw clothes. But because I am trying to practice the poses and everything more, these days I just draw the entire figure out first, and then I put the clothes on top and erase any lines. I want to make her leg a little thicker. Okay. Yeah, and then like her chest is more facing. Okay, wait. I feel like I need to. Does that look right? I guess the pose has changed a bit from the reference. Oops. Alright. Turn this into what looks like line art. I feel like line art is one of the biggest, is like one of my enemies right now. Because line art makes it look really clean and everything. But I don't know if I haven't found the right brush or what. But I definitely get that a sense of, dang, my sketch looked better than the line art. So I think I'm just gonna clean up the sketch. I mean, this base first. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Oh. And I'm gonna do the face last. I think that's what I typically do. Oh. Well, she has ears, but it's gonna be covered up mostly. And I'm gonna erase this part. Okay. Oh no, I'm not on a timer anymore. I think I'm just gonna draw this until I am happy. Alright. So, what I do for her top is that I do make it like it's a, oh wait, I almost forget. I always forget, actually. Alright. Ah! I treat it like it is like a bra. So I draw out the holding here to give myself that base, even though there's like the wings that are covering it. So, hold on. I should... Thinking... I was thinking if I should do this on a different layer, but I think I just keep it all on one for the sketch itself. Then I don't have to worry about swapping layers and stuff. Draw the little bodice of the center, and then draw this out as well. Okay, I remember why I guess I did do layers, because it's hard to see. That's where I can clean it up. That's okay. Also, I do flip the canvas, which is like, it's a good way. Might as well do that, actually. Since I'm better at drawing one side. Oops. Alright. And I can erase this part. And zoom in a little more. Two pieces that come out like this. Yeah. Honestly, I just let myself be messy. Like drawing wise and everything. Even though it hurts me because it's like, oh my god, it looks ugly at the moment. I'm gonna carve out this part a little more. And so this part can go up. Man, the first time I drew this, it took me a while. I didn't realize how many layers this top had until I drew it out. Alright, I'm gonna put in the mesh bottom here. And then I'm gonna sketch in her skirt. And I'm gonna flip back. Okay, yeah, see. I'm gonna change that angle now. it like ruches at the top. Ruches at the top of the butterflies. I've just been drawing the butterflies like this. And then it has pleating on the bottom. Something like that. And raise her leg lines. Add the belt. And then let's see, I always forget. It has like 3 layers. 3 opaque layers. Wait. And then the top 2 are translucent. The purple part. I don't like that either. I gotta love undo. The undo button. Oh yeah, these parts are opaque. And I can erase the details under. Like that. Thinking. I'm gonna put in the tassels before I forget. Should it be fall normally? And then erase this part. Ah! For sure. I love the undo button. But it is a challenge. It could be definitely a challenge to be like, no undos. And I feel like, I can't fully remember now, but when I drew on paper and stuff, I feel like I feel like I didn't erase that much. I mean, I definitely did erase, but a lot of times where I would just draw it and I'll be like, it's fine. And then I would do line art of the drawing itself. In pen. At times. And that is pretty much where you can't press undo. I would try to do line art of it in pen, and then I would use alcohol markers, and then it would bleed. Because they aren't smudge-proof pens. They were probably just like the ballpoint, or like kind of the a little bit higher grade pen with like more flowy ink, but those flowy ink, it definitely bleeds if you put something like alcohol marker on it. Looking at her hand again. I want to do it. Her thumb is here. Does that look right? No. I could. Oh man, it is hard. Let's see. Like that. A bit. And then the fingers are in the back. There. You used to stain tables with Sharpies and other markers. Oh yeah, that is also true when it actually straight up just bleeds through the paper. It really is like that. Did you guys ever do... You ever like not even drawing, you just like wanted to color the entire page, basically. I feel like that ends up with like the most mess under... on the table. Yeah, okay. Let me continue on the top. Let's see. Oh my gosh, you tried doing it with the super thin Sharpie marker? Yeah, that must have taken forever. I applaud your dedication, honestly. I feel like I didn't always do it, but there would be times where I'm like, ooh, I really want to just color an entire page. And I sometimes did it on a Procreate here. I would just download a coloring page from online, and then I'm just coloring the page. Just because I wanted to use my pen and do something on the screen. Honestly, adult coloring books are so valid. It's just calming, like a calming repetitive motion. And I feel like that's why a lot of people just enjoy doing it. Hi! What are you eating? For your lunch? If you saw my tweet, I said that I came back from the gym like 3 hours, 4 hours ago, and I hadn't eaten anything prior to that, but I decided to stop by my grocery store, and I saw like some sushi that was on sale, And I keep eyeing it every time I go in there. Because it's pretty near the entrance. And then I'm like looking. And I'm like, oh man, I really want it. But I tell myself no. Because I didn't want to spend the money. But today, since there were some on sale, I was like, okay, I'm gonna treat myself. I was pretty tired today, but I still decided to go to the gym, which I think helped. Like, I have noticed that being at the gym and like after I'm finished working out and stuff, I feel pretty energized. Like, of course, there's like like I'm sweating and everything, but after I calm down and all, I feel pretty energized. And maybe it helps me sleep better a little bit. Okay, I should draw this part. Rice with frozen karaage. Ooh, tonkatsu sauce, mayo. That sounds yummy. I wish I could have more stores that have like more affordable. I don't know. It's just like convenience stores here. It's just energy drinks, alcohol, and chips and candy. There's like not really or like, you know, I don't know, like week-old hot dogs. That's like warming up and stuff. Oh. Yeah. You know what? Honestly, yeah. I feel like after going to the gym and feeling accomplished that I went to the gym, maybe part of why I end up feeling more awake is because I'm able to clear my mind and like my mind feels better and like less heavy, I suppose. And just like going outside and everything. I also have been trying to walk more. So like, yeah, like even if you haven't been back to a gym since you moved and stuff, I suppose like walking and everything is just as good, honestly. Okay, this part, it's like behind her. I'm gonna clean this part up. It's like behind her. Wait, I don't know. Let me just draw the entire thing. There we go. Should I put it behind her? Yeah, true. The brain chemicals really does help. No. But yeah, I've been trying to walk more. Just always a little. I just have to be cautious, you know, because I am a girl. And you never know. I'm not that. My upper body strength is much to be desired. And I did work on upper body today as well. I did like 30 minutes of cardio. I did like elliptical, and then I also did some walking on the treadmill. I also walked in general today, but I did some back slash arm machines, and I mean, it says back. I feel like I feel it mostly in my arms, but or like I feel like I'm using mostly my arms. Oh, bicycle, yeah. Uh, I haven't biked in a long time. I don't know where my bike is, honestly. Taking the scenic route, yeah. I love that. Right, that's also pretty much what I've been doing. I say pretty much. I've done it like a couple times. And then the rest is just like going to the gym. But I want to like walk more in like my neighborhood and going to the park. Yeah. I have noticed that I do end up taking more steps if I'm walking outside. I don't know if it's because like I'm more entertained, so I don't think about the steps, and like I underestimate how far something is wherever I'm trying to go. Because on the treadmill and everything, I do like 10-20 minutes and I'm like, wait, why does this not, like, why does the count, the amount of steps that I did in those 10 minutes, 10-20 minutes seem like really low? But then when I'm outside, like, I can easily do 6,000 at the least. It does take longer, to be fair. It does take longer because I'm not moving at a constant or like the same pace for the entire time. But in general, I walk decently fast. I like an okay pace for my height. Dude, yeah. I know. There are a lot of places not in the US, basically, where it's so much easier to get cardio in naturally. It's like impossible to walk to anywhere that's like too far without taking like, 2 hours and stuff. So all you can do is like utilize what you have around you in your neighborhood. And some neighborhoods don't have much. Which is sad. And it's also not like super walkable. Many cities and many areas. Like, sure, there might be a lot of land, but most of that land is dedicated to cars. And there's like not always a running or walking path. So that also makes it just like basically impossible sometimes. Or very dangerous. And thankfully, like my area does have an okay path or like walking capability. That said, like most people still drive here. I love walking. do find it really calming. Nice. I think it's like coming together a bit. I feel like her shoulder. More like this? Yeah, I think that has like a little bit more substance to it. A little bit more. The drive-thru at McDonald's. So true. It really is like all this stuff that you do as a kid becomes such a core memory, and you never realize that it was going to become that. And so things just as simple as like going through drive-thru with a family member becomes something that you really cherish. I was just thinking this earlier of the fact that like you're a baby, and then you're a toddler, and you're like growing up, and then eventually, before you ever realize like it became like the last time your parents or like anyone in general like picked you up and like carried you. And like I can't recall the last time like I was picked up by my parents. Like all of a sudden, it just doesn't happen anymore. At a certain age or whatever. Okay. Let me add in her straps. Right? It's just certain things that happened when you were younger ended up like ending as a child, and like you never without knowing, basically you end up never experiencing it anymore, like again. And it's a very interesting thought. Like, when was the final time that I was picked up as a child? Like, obviously, you know, with friends and stuff. It is possible that you get, you know, someone picks you up for fun or whatever, or to troll and like goof around. But that's different from like, you know, someone picking you up to tuck you into bed. Mm-hmm. It's kind of sad in a way, thinking about like at a certain point you became too grown. And of course, as kids, most kids I would say, always wanted to be like, I want to be big, I want to be an adult and stuff. They don't know how easy they had it. They don't know. They don't know what was in the future. Do this, and then I am gonna... Alright, what I like to do, I like to organize things in my layers. This will be called coloring. I think I can just add all of these together and call this sketch. Okay, coloring. What I wanted to do was just color in this part. The black mesh that is under everything. So I do it in pure black, and then I just lower the opacity. Ah! Alright. I think I usually do like 35%? Sure. Yeah. 35 is good for now. True. Lots of milestones. Graduation and the school and stuff. That's true. I was like weirdly emotional when I graduated high school. I had like a party with my like high school friends and stuff, and I like ended up crying even though, I don't know, low-key it was not that serious. That said, like I mean, there are, I would say most of the people there I don't talk to anymore, so I guess it was that serious. But you know, people come and go. That's how it is, and like high school is just how it is as well. Thankfully, I'm like grateful that I have some high school and like college friends that I keep in touch with and all. Yeah. True, last time you visit your grandma's house and everything. Last time you visit a friend's house. True, yep. As a kids, we want to be grown up, and then we grow up and then we realize we should go back to not having responsibilities. Okay. I'm gonna clean up the skirt here a little and make it make sense a bit more. I spent a long time picking out background music for like starting soon and my ending soon screens. The one for my model reveal, and then also ones that could be used for chatting. I wanted one that's like not too annoying to listen to over and over, right? And I still really like this one. I think it's very calming and easy to like fall asleep to and everything. Nah. I think I'm just gonna do it like that, and then make it simple. I know. Adult responsibilities. I would say high school was okay for me. It was alright. I would not say I peaked in high school. And I think that is a good thing. It means you've grown. Probably. But if I were to do it again, I think I would do some things a little differently. But honestly, whenever I get questions of like, would you travel back in time? Most likely my answer is no. And it's because I do believe in like the butterfly effect. And who knows where I would be if I did things differently. Whether it's bad or good, I don't know. Sometimes, yeah, maybe it would be better if I like went back in time and was more focused in this or like studied something different. But then I wouldn't be the I wouldn't be the same person as I am right now. And I worked pretty hard to become the person that I am. I like self-reflect a lot and everything. Make these thinner. Yeah, but these lines were nice. Hello, hello. Nice, nice. Okay. I'm gonna do the details on my top. Ooh. Okie doke. Make this a little rounder. It goes like this. And I just colored them in. I do tend to use thicker lines, honestly. I've been trying to be better at using thinner lines. But then again, it's like what I said earlier. Line art is kind of like my enemy in a way. I just feel the sketch always ends up looking better. And I know there are reasons for why your line art could look weird or off and worse than a sketch. So I tend to just stick with the thicker lines. Yeah, right? I'm glad you agree. I wanted like something calming and nice to listen to. I mean, in the future, maybe I will commission like original background music. But for now, I like what I'm using a lot. Okay. All right. This part can be kind of difficult. Oh man. I'm trying to not slouch too much. But it's so easy and comfortable to just slouch. I have been working on my posture a bit. But it is something you have to be so cognizant about and aware about all the time until it becomes second nature. It's like down like this. And then this part does confuse me. And it's a skill issue on my part. I think what I want to do. Make this bigger. And then the third part takes up the rest. Sorry, I'm mumbling a little bit. Okay. Like that. Like that. I think that's how I want to do it, and then there's also, I know there's some black pieces that come down from here. I'll just do it like this. I like the cute, like, I like the thickness on this side. On this side. It's so cute. But fine. Clean it up a little bit. Nah, I might add it back. Make it thicker again. I'll see. Yeah. That's a great question about my 10K. Yeah. Cause I didn't want to do another Q&A the exact same, I suppose. I wanted to do something different. And by the time I hit 10K, I knew that, or at least I knew, or my model was in the process. So I was very focused on just like getting all the things for streaming ready. That thinking of what to do for 10K got put on the back burner for a bit, but it is still on my list. And I think what I have planned, I'm thinking, like, I don't know if it'll work out. Well, okay. I'll just say it. I was thinking of doing a live Q&A, but like also in like ASMR, like soft spoken style and everything. And I would have like me like on the screen and like really like kind of like dimmed out, and I would have a cute background in the back and stuff. I was thinking like some kind of like forest, some fantasy fairy forest, and then I will be zoomed up. It'll be mainly my face or head, and I will be dimmed so that you can watch it even if you like fall asleep and stuff. And I was thinking to do live Q&A. Oh, I could take questions from chat, but I would set up a form, and just like for 5K, I would have people submit questions, and then that way I can just answer them without having to like wait or be like, or you know, be afraid that there are no questions. Yeah. Maybe I'll do something else as well. If you have any like ideas, I'm very open to hearing about it. Or like I will take it into consideration. Because I'm not totally sure what else I can like fully do for 10K. Now that I'm thinking about it, I have some ideas, but I don't, or I'm gonna keep it to myself. Because it could be a surprise. Yeah. Yeah. So, I also don't know when that will be, but that is a good reminder that I need to get on that, and that I have been meaning to get on that. And figuring that out. I don't know what like other people do for 10Ks. Or I mean like for like milestone celebrations. Guess I will have to look it up. All I know is that most people like to do Q&As. But hey, it'll be different because my 5K was, it wasn't like super edited, but I did take out, you know, pauses, and if I answered it bad, I just like re-answered it and stuff. So live Q&A will be interesting because it will actually be my thoughts unfiltered. To an extent. Okay. And then... wait. This, and then... yeah. All this part. I put it over here. Dude, I hate not being able to replicate something that has to be symmetrical. Like sometimes I do the mirroring, like if I copy paste. I do it for the eyes pretty often. Like I'll draw one eye, copy it, and then reflect it, flip it on the other side so I don't have to worry about drawing the other eye in a slightly different shape that I will never get down. Of course, I adjust it as I need based on the angle and everything. But for things like this, I just decide to, I'm like, whatever, I'll just draw it myself. And hope it comes out somewhat symmetrically. Wait, what is this? Oh. Oh, okay. Let me zoom out again. Okay. I do want to commission artwork of me. I'm really curious to see how people would draw me in their style and how I would look in other styles. Right, this has some lines down here. Yay. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna do some of the wrinkles over here. This would fold in, kind of like this, I think. You found an idea, and you're about to draw. Ooh, yippee! I'll be looking forward to it. honestly, I was never a fan art drawer that much. Well, okay, I say that. I did start off like drawing things like Naruto, like Naruto characters, or like other manga characters that I read when I was a kid and stuff, but most of the time I came up with OCs. Pretty much like this one. Like me. And I would draw my OC more than like draw fan art. But fan art is such a good way to get into drawing. Cause like, especially if you post it online. And or like you have friends in the same fandom. It can really like keep you motivated. Cause everyone gets excited and like inspire each other. And I wish I did more of that. Nothing's stopping me, to be fair. I guess the one thing, quote, the thing that is stopping me is the fact that I'm more used to drawing original characters of my own. Oops. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. I really like how this butterfly turned out. Yes. Yeah. Same. Like you draw characters. Draw Naruto, draw Sasuke. And then yeah, you show it to your friends or like you draw with your friends. So fun. Okay. I think I am gonna copy this butterfly because it'll be easier. And they're supposed to be identical. Oh man. Okay. I was looking at the time. I was wondering how long it's been. Okay. This. Oh, no. Okay. Copy paste. Then I'll flip it horizontally. Yeah. And then I can work off of that. Oh, I think it should be a little bit smaller. Oops. 8. Let me look. It should angle inwards, actually. A little bit smaller. Okay. I'm gonna adjust the other one, angle-wise. Fix up a little bit of it. Oh, right. I'm gonna merge these. I have been thinking of getting Clip Studio Paint. Just haven't, because I have Procreate. And these days I draw on my tablet. But Clip Studio Paint seems so good. And I think they have models there as well. See you later. It's all good. Yeah. I do want Clip Studio Paint. It seems like there's a lot of features in it. And it gets updates pretty often. You do have to pay for the updates and like upgrading it. Unless you get subscription. But I think what I'm gonna do is just buy their perpetual license. Which I believe that one is the one-time payment one. And then you'll get that one program forever. But if you want to upgrade to like the next version, it'll cost like, I don't know, $50 or something. I could be wrong. It just costs something. But you don't have to update or upgrade it. And I don't have to. I was really tempted for this one because they added something with animation, I feel. So I kept seeing it on Twitter. And I was like, wait, this looks so legit. It looks so cool. I can't remember exactly what the added feature was. Okay. We're clean up the arm a bit again. Yeah. Should do... No, I think I add the belt details later. Okay. Let me fix up the legs. I will probably end up doing some Clip Studio Paint streams in the future. But originally I was thinking, oh, the only way for me to stream drawing would be through something like on my PC. But I ended up finding a program I could use to screen mirror my iPad without money, which is always nice. And yeah, I'm just used to Procreate. I'm just used to this app now. I got on a tablet specifically for this app, actually. I ended up using it for like other things. But the reason I really wanted an iPad was so that I can get Procreate. And it's just so much more intuitive for me to draw on the actual surface than use a drawing tablet that doesn't have a screen. Like, it's just a tablet itself. Since I had one as a kid, I learned a bit of how to use it and all. Still not my tool of choice though. And even professional, like the professional artists who do illustrations and everything for a living, I'm pretty sure they're using the tablets that have a screen on it. Most people that I see with their setup, they have that type of tablet. Because it is easier. Or is more intuitive, at least, you know? Are there a lot of differences between drawing apps? Since I haven't used Clip Studio before, I don't know with that one. I have used Paint Tool Sai, which is like a old, I think it still exists, but I used that when I had a drawing tablet, like a Wacom tablet. And I feel like Paint Tool Sai was more, it was closer to being like Photoshop in a way, or I don't know. It's been a while actually. But because I like taught myself Photoshop, that was like the other tech that I could go off of and like relate off of. I would say Procreate is pretty, like, it can do a lot of the basic things basically, but it's in the end is pretty bare bones. And there are a lot of tools and advancements that Clip Studio has that Procreate doesn't. But then again, Procreate is $10 and you only need to pay once. But also, I don't think Procreate gets updates. So what you get is what you get. Definitely still works though. But, you know, for like professional use and like for more detailed, I feel, detailed drawing and rendering, artists will use Clip Studio instead. Yeah. No, but I definitely recommend Procreate. It really is just like one of the best things you could spend $10 on if you're into art and all. Even if you aren't, you know. If you have an iPad, I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's probably on mobile too. but Procreate is a Apple only product, I believe. So I'm sure there are like Android alternatives by now. I'm sure there are. I know Ibis Paint is free, and a lot of people download that on their phone. I think I've used Ibis Paint like once. But I don't like drawing on my phone because the screen is too small. Even when I drew on paper, it would be like the 8.5 by 11 sheets. This hand. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I have the 2 elastic bands here. Yeah, right? Ugh. It's like drawing on phone and drawing on a mouse. With a mouse, I mean. I think I would get used to drawing on a mouse faster than drawing on phone. But I do have a stylus for my phone. My current phone, so... Technically I could, actually, now. It would be a lot easier. Wow. You know what? I'm gonna cheat again. Hehehe. Make it a little smaller. Yeah, okay. Ah. Merge them again. I do end up using a lot of layers, but that is for coloring. The sketch itself is easier to know how to switch between layers just to erase a line. But then the coloring, I don't want to mess it up. And certain layers can cover other ones. Yippee! Okay. Now to try to draw my hair. I also do my wings and ears. Like after everything. Okay, well. Okay. I'm gonna do another grouped layer. I call it overpaint where I paint over. So yeah, I already have all my colors. Oh, you can't really see it. I already have all my colors, like I set them. And I try to use these consistently so that it looks correct between drawings. Oh no, I didn't undo it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely still working on like a character sheet for me, like a proper one. I'm going to attach, for now at least, right? I'm going to be attaching this one and putting it on Twitter at some point. But I'm going to try to eyedropper and put in some of the color palette on this so that it's easier for everyone to reference. But yeah, I do want like a character sheet where I have the different angles, like side profile, back profile. But realistically, it would be easier to have someone do it. Ooh, okay. It's kind of hard to do my curtain bangs sometimes. Let's just fill in my hair first. So my hair as well. What I've learned from drawing myself is that it tends to look better if I just block the entire piece out rather than drawing individual or like drawing the strands or the chunks and stuff. I rather just quickly do it in her hair color and like get the whole shape and everything. Yeah. I think this layer has to be on top. It also just saves time. I don't have to fill in I don't have to fill in her hair anymore because it's already filled in. And then let me decide how I want her hair to go. I can reference. Okay, wait, I kind of like that. Wait. Looking at the reference picture. And then have it go this way. Man, I didn't realize how much like my curtain bangs could affect how I look. I feel like this doesn't look like her yet. Doesn't look like me until I add The bangs. Okay. Let's... I should just, like... paint over. Yeah. It'll cover everything for now. And I'll add additional ones over here. At first I was gonna keep it, but like keep it in front of her. But I think it's better behind. I like the one over here. I think that one can stay. Just clean up a little bit of the bottom part to make it look more like strands. Wait, which meme? Harry the platypus. Not gonna lie, I'm actually so bad at remembering like quotes from shows, and especially SpongeBob. Like, I feel like everybody knows all the quotes in the world of SpongeBob. And I only know like the basic ones. The normal ones. Or like the very popular ones, I suppose. But then I hear people be like, oh, you know, from this one episode where Squidward was doing whatever, or Patrick. And I'm like, frankly, no. Like, I need to see it again for me to remember. Maybe it's because maybe I just don't look up the SpongeBob memes that much. Okay. Now add in. Which is much easier. And yeah, this is just like the rough placement of her hair for now. It will get better. Oh, that one! Yeah! True! I put on my hat! I put on my party hat. Now it's me! SpongeBob memes are so iconic. SpongeBob is just great. I don't know how it is now. Classic SpongeBob is great. I haven't watched SpongeBob in a while. Dude, there's so many shows that I feel I need to watch. But then I get distracted and then I end up on YouTube. instead. What was the last thing I watched? I cannot remember. There's a lot on my list. Everyone has been talking about, like, anime-wise, everyone's been talking about Witch Hat Atelier. My sibling really likes Dungeon Meshi, so that's also kind of on my list. I feel like there are other shows. I never watched like Squid Game 2 or the final season of Stranger Things. Never got around to it. I also never... There's a lot of anime I haven't watched, actually. It is kind of sad. But I have to really get in the mood to watch anime. Same thing with like live action dramas. I have to get into the mood. Oh no, I drew on the wrong thing. No. Fine, I'll just erase this part. I don't know. YouTube is just so easy to consume. I just find a video that I'm interested in, and I just click it. So many shows, so little time. For real. I was into, like, My Hero Academia for a bit. And I watched a bunch of the episodes and the seasons. And then I stopped because I think I caught up at one point. And then I never went back. Or I haven't went back. I definitely could. But then again, there's just like a million things that I could watch. Yeah, okay. What should I do now? I think I will draw my wings. You know what? Let's say I don't have my bunny ears in this one. Okay. Oh. It would have to be on top. Let's zoom in. Okay. What I do... I draw it off her head first. I can just focus on the shape of the wings. I don't know if there's any shows that you recommend, but I'm always open to recommendations. Whether or not I actually get to it though, it's another story, but it's always good to hear what like other people are watching and what what's popular and what's trending. It's weird, like, sometimes I'll be super on top of a show and, like, matching the hype. That's how I was with Squid Game, the first season of Squid Game. And, like a Korean dating show. Reality dating show, Singles Inferno. I was, like, super on top of it for a few of the seasons. I was a little bit late, but my friend told me to watch Heated Rivalry, and so I did. And it's nice because I could understand all the hype that everyone has towards these shows. But then I'll do things like never watch Attack on Titan or like other classic shows. I have watched Naruto. Okay, I didn't finish Naruto. And I watched up to episode 500 of One Piece. One Piece is one of the ones where I want to get back into it. It's just, like everyone says, it's just too long. And I don't have the time for all of that right now. Of like watching a 1,000 episodes in order to catch up. It's crazy how I watched 500 episodes and I'm... It's like, that's just the beginning. Alright, I might have to fix that later. Oh, Beastars! I've heard of that. Heard of that one as well. Wait, there's 1, 2, 3, and like... I'll do like that. What's Beastars about, actually? Oh my gosh! The Pit is one of the ones that I see a lot! Okay, yeah. I've been putting it in my mind. I didn't write it down, but I was considering watching The Pit. I also don't know what it's about. I think I saw like one screenshot of a scene and I was like, oh, this is not what I expected it to be about. But yeah. That's one of the ones that I've been wanting to watch. I like shows with like science fiction and like mystery, like thrillers and stuff. I don't mind horror movies. I do get scared, but I don't seek it out personally. I'll watch it if it's good. But more often, like, I rather have a quote horror movie that's more like a thriller than anything. And like has a compelling plot. Yeah, I might watch it. I might watch it. I should watch Beastars too. I don't know. I don't know when. When I will actually have the time. Or take the time. I might have time, but then I get sucked into my YouTube algorithm. Okay, yeah. I thought it was like medical related. And I think that's why I was like surprised. Cuz I was like, "Oh, I did not expect that it was like medical or hospital related." Ooh, nice. Hmm. Okay, I think I'm just gonna do these together. Oh, it's so hard to do like a smooth line when you need it. Okay. Oh, I see. Uh, this is... Alright, I should do it like... this. Sometimes I do hope that my design isn't off-putting to artists. As in, like, it's too complicated or hard to read. I'm hoping not. I recently saw a tweet of someone, I think they were another streamer or VTuber, and they were saying they were wondering why their design would get rejected often when trying to get fan art or like commission art of her character. Personally, I felt like it was fine. Like, I feel like I didn't mind the design too much. But then I read some of the feedback that they found out, and it's like interesting things to consider. They had a character that didn't have, like, it was a monochrome palette. So pretty much all the colors and the shades on the character were very similar. And I think it's like some details were hard to read and all. So I'm like, oh, it's like good things to know. But I hope it's like not too complicated to draw. It does have a decent amount of detail. But I feel like I've seen more detailed models. Ah, I forgot I was on the eraser. Okay, and then this comes down like that. Yay! That's pretty. Sometimes I'll have such nice, confident lines, and then others are... It's like, what am I doing right now? Oh no! Let me plug it in. Procreate really does suck out the battery life. Also, to be fair, I have the brightness turned up quite a bit. Yeah, I agree. Consistency takes effort. Lots of effort. But it's good. I feel like that's why I like self-reflecting a bit when I can. I don't do it all the time just because it can get kind of like too much, you know. But when I do, I try to think about how situations played out and what made me uncomfortable or how it made me feel, and trying to learn from that and see how like things could end up getting construed in the way it did. But it's also good to like look at what you did well in something that you were proud of. Ah. Okay, it's more like down here. You know what? Okay, no. We're gonna... like that. Yeah. And sometimes I'll think I have a line down. But then different line weights look so different. Like this, it just doesn't look as good if it's like lighter. Like that. Okay. Nice. It looks so pretty! It is higher up. And it should be larger. Yeah. Yeah. It's all about balance. Let's see. Does this look right? Yeah, this is pretty much like my workflow, but I'm sure people could draw everything differently. Like if they were to draw me. Alright, duplicate. Flip it. Yeah, that's pretty even. And then I think I wanna move this one in actually. Since it's gonna look like there's some wind blowing her hair. I can angle it a little bit so it's kind of pushed by the wind as well. Make it a little bigger. Yeah. Nice. Okay. I want to move her downwards. Oh. Is there anything on this? Oh, okay, coloring. From what I can tell, I don't think I can select multiple at the same time. Unless I grouped it entirely together. Maybe. No, that adds it into that. Okay, I'm just gonna move her, then. Oh man, this is so weird to see. I'm gonna move this part. Okay, nice. Happy with that. Okay. Pretty. So what I do as well, I add her 2 hair pieces separately on its own layer. But should I do it now? Why do it after? Because it's gonna be hard to see it anyway. Like it's gonna be like that, but then all the hair color looks the same right now. So I will do that after, basically. Alright. I want to work on the face a little bit. And then after that, I think might be a good stopping point. You know what? I'm gonna put it on sketch layer. Yeah. I feel like... I mean, I shouldn't compare. I feel like I work very slow. And I've been trying to do things that can help me work faster. Okay. I think I'm gonna use this brush. Oh, no. I'm gonna use my regular normal brush that I like to use. I think I'm gonna turn down this so I can see better. I end up leaning in a lot for this, even though I zoomed in. I zoomed in, but I'm still leaning in like I can't see. So, I don't draw the eyes exactly like how it is on the reference and like the model. I just do it in my style, basically. And like somewhat similar, but also a little different. I really like drawing eyes. Coloring eyes is a different story. I'm like learning. Because the thing is as well, when I drew as a kid, I wouldn't color pretty often. I would do the sketch, I would do line art, and it might have a lot of detail, but then after that I was like, I don't want to color it. Also, yeah. You mentioned slouching, and then I just like straightened up my back and then it cracked. But I would do the line art, do up to line art, and then I would give it to my friend to be like, hey, do you want to color this? And then we'll do like art trades that way. What would I do? I think she would do a sketch too, and then give it to me. I do the line art? I can't remember if I colored her sketches or like drawings before. I think there must have been at some point that I did that. But definitely there are a lot of times, or like that's kind of how like our dynamic was. I would draw my OC or whatever character, do the line art, and then she has to like decipher what part is part of the, like what part that is the same color and everything, right? It was kind of funny. But we just had that understanding of like, I don't really like line art. I mean, I don't really like coloring. And like I think she was like the opposite, I suppose, and she didn't like to do line art as much. That said, like nowadays, I don't like line art either. I think back then it was just, I didn't want to deal with figuring out what colors to do and everything. And also, like to me, once I did line art, I didn't want to ruin it, right? With colors and like bleeding the colors into the page and the lines and stuff, like I mentioned earlier. So, also I moved her eye down just so I could see it better. Okay. And what I do I do a separate layer. Put in the iris as a placeholder. Ah. Honestly, I still struggle with coloring. And what I mean by that is like, I struggle with figuring out like the lighting and how it affects the colors of a piece. I rely on filters like too much. I rely on filters and use filters to fix it, to make it like actually look cohesive and everything. Okay, I think this is too like oval-y. Maybe? Okay, I'll just merge these two. Smaller. No, I think I should make it smaller. Because it always will... It'll get larger once I add eyelashes and everything. Okay. Yeah, lighting is hard. Like, sure, I can do the shadows. But in order to make it look ambient and everything, you have to learn how the colors affect each other and everything. And that part is... Oh, it takes a lot of practice. And observing. Honestly, what I should be doing is trying to paint pieces with like dynamic lighting. Just to learn how it affects everything and affects the colors. Okay, I can remove this. Okay, nice. Whoops. Yeah. Whatever. Let me... Ooh. Because I do have... like the part where it doesn't actually have hair. Like, my forehead is shown here. Yeah. Okay. Make it lower again. Copy the eye. Oh my gosh. Oof, wait. I think because she is, for the most part, turned towards us, I don't need to adjust the shape of it too much. I'll just squish it a little bit. And then... like that. Maybe down a little bit. Yeah. Okay. And then I will, yeah, I think I'll just add it on the sketch layer. Like her nose. Maybe I won't be smiling in this one? It's like close to the reference picture where she's not like smiling. Uh, we'll see. I'll do it like that for now. And then nose. Yeah, like that. I'm gonna fix her jawline a bit. I know I have a sharp chin, but I tend to draw not wanting to do like that super sharp chin. At least in the initial sketch and everything. Okay. Alright. You can turn this. Oh, wait. Opacity back on. Okay. I still want to fix this part. You know what? I think I need a. Oh, I forgot where my layer was. Sometimes I just press things to press things. Until I get to where I want. Okay. I still think this eye is too high. I feel like it does need to be smaller now. Ah, what happened? Angled. Okay, I want to move. I gotta move. I have to move this one in. Adjust. Okay. Okay. I think I'm happy with that one. This right here. I'm going to draw in the pupils. And the irises. Of how I want her. Of like where I want her to be looking. do the full circle. Yeah. And then duplicate this one as well. No. Should be in the same angle. So that they're looking the same way. And she doesn't have a lazy eye. Smaller. But then again, yeah, this is still like a rough placement of where I want the eyeballs to be facing. Okay. Yippee! I think I'm pretty happy with this for tonight. Can I shrink this? Yes. Here is a more rendered sketch, and it's in the progress. And yeah, I think I've made enough progress here that I would be willing to finish this, and you will see it on Twitter probably when I finish it. Okay. Also want to just show again once more. We also did 5-minute sketches. Gotta turn all this off. This one is honestly cute. Thank you! Yay! Now that I'm looking at it again, this pose is cute. Maybe I'll work on this one too. Maybe. This one, very interesting. I think the vision was there. I think it helped adding that second person of what that pose was. Cause without the other person, I was like, this is a very like Zara pose. I don't know if you know the meme of like Zara, the clothing brand company thing. They'll put their models in the weirdest positions for their photo shoots. This one I feel like it could have really good dynamic lighting. I don't hate this one either, actually. Wait, did I miss one? Oh no. Wait. Right. This one. This one. It was a good warm-up. And oh yeah, this one ended up being out of order. This one ended up pretty hard to get the pose right, actually. Yeah. Like, you have to like fiddle with it a bit until you actually get the right angle of how the body twists and stuff. And normally I would take longer, I suppose. Like if I were just drawing off stream and all, I would probably just like spend an hour figuring out the pose and angle. But that wouldn't be as entertaining. So I like how this is coming along so far. I also like that, and I do tend to do this, I don't follow references fully. I just adjust things as I see fit. But yeah. Yippee. Ooh. Alright, I gotta straighten my back again, like fully, and do some stretches. Yippee, I hope this was a very calming stream, and just thank you for watching me draw and everything, and chatting with me too. I can move over here. Yeah, so this is going to be the end of the stream, and then end of this week's streams. I'm going to work on another ASMR audio and get a video out because it's been a bit and I feel bad. But I've been thinking of what could be done next week, and I think maybe one I can continue Stardew. Another is that is another game that I've been meaning to play and try out. I might play Peak. Yeah. I might test it out and try it out off stream first, just so that I'm actually not completely clueless of what I'm doing. But as for, just generally attempts wise and like not being super familiar, I wouldn't be super familiar with like actually playing playing Peak. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people play. I've watched a lot of streams of people play with solo and like with friends, so in a way I kind of know what's happening, or some of like the small details and what certain items do. I don't fully remember all of them, but I think that would be fun to try to do like a solo win. If I can manage. Yeah. Peak is very entertaining to watch for sure, because the map changes pretty often. So me playing for the first time is going to look different from someone who was playing another time. And maybe I get a really bad map for the week. But it sounds fun. I'm like excited. I might crash out or something. I don't know. And then, yeah, Stardew. Stardew, definitely. I need to get more into it. I like barely started basically, and I had to like leave before for something else that I was doing, so I had to end. Yeah. I'm sure, like, I feel like one of these weeks I will do something on the weekends. And like regardless, I will have a schedule that I'll put out, hopefully, on time. And then you can kind of see when it'll be, and whether or not you can make it and everything. Yeah. For the most part, they will be around this time. I mean, earlier. It's a bit late now. Most likely it wouldn't start at this time. But it'll be around the time that I started. I could do like 12 hours later, like when it's like morning for me. But that depends whether or not I wake up. Because I am pretty much just like a night owl. And I sleep pretty late. But it could happen. Otherwise, yeah, it's because I feel bad, if people can't make it to this time and it's always during this time. It's like, it's pretty rough. And I get that, for sure. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna figure out what to do next week. I'm gonna work on another audio and then hopefully get it out on Tuesday or like my usual day of dropping audios. Yeah. Hope you guys get good rest. Eat something if you haven't. Get some water. I need some water right now. Yeah. Okie doke. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Have a good day or night wherever you are. Bye!